Like Pearl here to entertain you with the help of Peter Gabriel. I'm just a part of everything. I walk with my dog and I whistle with the birds. Got stuff coming out and stuff going in. I'm just a part of everything. I-O, I'm coming out, I'm going in. I-O, just a part of everything. I-O. His album last year, 2023, that he made in conjunction with the Moon Cycles. That's the title track, I-O. Input, output. I don't have a professionally manufactured copy of the CD yet, but I probably will get one soon enough. But this is just going to be a rant. My SD card is almost full, so I'm aiming to fill it up so I can do more videos without worrying. So this is going to be basically a mixtured rant. Ranting about politics. It's basically going to be a political, sexist, and entertaining rant. So, a while back, or last week rather, some young people were walking through the place I worked, and everybody was taking notice, like, what is this? Is this the Scared Straight program? You see this, kids? This is what you don't want to happen to you, so go to college. College is a joke. College is the biggest scam that ever came into being in the modern world. Go to college. Maybe that worked in the 70s, 80s, and maybe the 90s, but definitely doesn't work now, and it hasn't worked really for anybody since 2000. But I was glad to learn, though, that they were, in fact, high schoolers, because if these were people that run the plant, checking things out, like, damn, we're doomed. Even though we have plenty of college graduates working there, that obviously their degree didn't do them much good. But I blame the system. Big government, wants to raise the kids, so both mommy and daddy can go and slave away for big business. They want it that way. This is why I voted yes to no more that snot-nosed punk Zuckerberg. He has too much power over elections, too much money and power. So that's why I voted. I thought long and hard about that. That was the one on the ballot when I voted. I thought long and hard about that. Maybe I will change my mind if that question comes up again on a future ballot. Maybe I'll change my mind, but I will have to see evidence of big government and big business divorcing. And I don't mean blue and red states divorcing. I mean big business and big government divorcing. When I start to see a more leveled playing field for big business and small businesses, then maybe I'll change my mind. That's why I thought long and hard about that voting yes on that question, because I thought, I'm sure there are businesses and organizations that would in fact put their money in things that I do support. But then I remind myself what happened, and we don't know. We really don't know what happened last time. We really don't. We really don't. We the people really don't know what happened last time. So, and if I'm being honest, that sorrow in my heart over never being a dad or a husband, it gets less and less with each passing day. And it's not like I didn't have opportunities. I questioned the merchandise. But the way this world is going, it's actually a good thing that I only have myself to worry about. I'm not ignorant. I know, Zuck has lawyers that'll find some loophole, and perhaps there is a coming war that will come here. Will come home here. It's sad that we as voters have to consider this. It really is. And now a word on modern feminism. You had to watch me to know my feelings about that. Yeah, modern females, they have no respect for men and no self-respect, really. A while back, I've had my channel a long time now, and a while back I suggested the icon for modern feminism be a big fat woman lying on her back, spread eagle. I am woman, hear me roar. And let one rip. That should be. Yeah, they should put that like on a meme and like have it where you could have sound or just have like a cloud of smoke shooting out. But that really should be the icon for what feminism has become today in the modern world. I stand by that. I still think that should be the icon for modern feminism. God knows it has nothing to do with real feminine strength. But, and now a word on health. I recently, I think I've found the secret to weight loss, and it can be summed up in 3 words. Water, meat, and focus. And I'm having a lot of success with the first 2. I'm still struggling a little bit with the last one, focus. But they say the first step is awareness, right? But yeah, water, meat. And when I say meat, I don't mean bologna. I mean meat, steak, poetry, fish. I mean real meat. Working part-time at a grocery store, really. A lot of people don't understand this when I tell them this, but it actually is making me more disciplined as far as like my eating habits. A lot of people said, really? I don't understand it. If I worked at a grocery store, I'd probably buy more. Which a lot of the kids that I'm surrounded by, every time I turn around, are buying a chocolate bar or some candy. But I think that is pretty cruel of society as a whole to force people to live on boxed, packaged, and canned food garbage and still be expected to succeed in this world. There really is a difference. There really is a difference living on boxed, packaged, and canned food garbage. Especially nowadays. God, especially nowadays. I mean, maybe that wasn't the case years ago. It's all about shelf life now. Had a nutritionist I go to church with tell me once, the less words in the ingredients, the better. Speaking of church, I got an Easter card from my church that I go to, and I got a notice from the postmaster of a package for me. The package was a large envelope. Only come to find it, it was actually a very small envelope, and there was something in it. So I had to go and I paid $4 and some change. It wasn't that big a deal to me, but I paid $4 and change for this envelope that had from my church, and apparently there was a piece of chocolate in it. Boy, $4 and change. That was the most expensive little piece of chocolate I ever paid for. But, I thought that was funny. It's not a big deal to me, but so what else have I been doing since I haven't been posting videos? Well, I've been relaxing and watching movies. I watched 2001: Space Odyssey. Then after I got done with that, I watched 2010, the sequel with Roy Schneider, and I had totally forgot that John Lithgow was in that movie. But anyways, it's a big surprise there at the end. I won't say it here because in case somebody wants to watch it, I don't want to spoil it. But it's kind of cool. I'll just say this: the end of 2010 mathematically doesn't make sense. but it's a cute story about what happens and the changing of our solar system. Something changes in our solar system, but mathematically it doesn't work. But as a story, it's cute. I also watched The Island of Dr. Moreau. That's a movie I come back. I watch that movie like once every 5 years, and I enjoy it immensely every time. With Val Kilmer and a rather large and obese. Oh God, what the hell was that guy's name? Marlon Brando, a former heartthrob. Not in that movie though. I don't want this to be too much longer, but I'll just say my two favorite lines from that movie, The Island of Dr. Moreau, when when Hyena and his group of buddies there overtake the house, and he says the father, Marlon Brando's character, the father, Father, I have a question. If there is no more pain, then is there no more law? Because he figured out that the good doctor had implants in all of his creations that made him feel pain whenever they got out of control. And he found that thing and took it out of them. And my other favorite line is when he's telling the guy, the English guy, I forget his name, but he's telling him, he goes, he wants him to tell them that he is God. He's the Father now, and he's God. And he says, yes, but you all killed and ate the Father. So the question is, who is God number one? Yeah, Hyena doesn't like that. That kind of pisses him off. Of course, he shoots all his friends then because he wants to be number one. But when he's the end of the movie and the aftermath, it's so freaking depressing. It makes you happy that such a thing isn't real. I actually have a Marvel comic adaptation of this story. I found years ago. I gotta sit down and make time to read that. It's the only adaptation I haven't read yet. But when he is. The Englishman is willing to leave the island at the very end of the story, despite some of the more civil animals, human-animal hybrids, asking him to stay. He's willing to take his chances at sea to try to get back to civilization. And that little raft, there's no guarantee. So it's like everybody at the end of the story, everybody's fate, the human creature hybrids on this island and the Englishman himself. Everybody's fate is in God's hands now. Because the doctor is just obviously insane. Even Val Kilmer's character went insane towards the end of that story. But rest in peace, Val Kilmer. I know he passed away recently, but when Dr. Moreau tells the English guy that he's close to his goals, nah, he wasn't close to anything. He used the Englishman because he wanted to make more serum so he can stop his Catgirl regression. So the good Dr. Moreau could maintain his fantasy, starring him as the good father who ended human violent nature. Alright, I better end this one. I'm going to do I'm still going to do a video about the last couple episodes of the Prophet show, Jim Prophet. Basically, John Wick for white-collar crime. Basically. And I stated in the past video that the Jim Prophet character really is my hero. And he is. He's my hero. But he's not my God. I think it's important to mention, or to point out, there is a fundamental difference between a hero and a God. I mean, because, Jim Prophet, like me too, I'm selfish, I'm unfeeling, I'm only out for my own well-being. But you know, I've had my channel a long time now, and in the past I have mentioned that the act of doubting that there is a God, in many ways, is right up there with the most humbling act of faith that you can give to the Almighty. And likewise, the whole looking after your own well-being, that too, because you're acknowledging, hey, I'm not God. I can't save you. I can't save the world. I'm not God. I'm just doing the best I can. That's basically Jim Prophet in a nutshell. But and I've mentioned on my channel before that both of my sisters are wards of the state, have been since childhood. After a life of crime, which is still ongoing, my father is a ward of the state. And my mother, although she worked honestly her whole life, now that her health is failing her, in recent years, she is now a ward of the state. If nothing else, I reestablish something I've said on this channel before. I just want to make it to the end of my life without becoming a ward of the state. Because to me, being a ward of the state is hell on earth. Hell on earth. Mike Perlak, thank you for your time.